Good morning, students. Myself, JVN Dr. Astha Sikarwar, Assistant Professor, Department of Organ of Medicine, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapith Women's University. Today, we will discuss miasmatic diagnosis. First of all, we should know what is mias. Mias refers to the dynamic disease producing power which stain and pollutes human organism with unhealthy tendencies and thus become the producer of different types of diseases. Mias may be of two types, acute mias and chronic mias. Mias are in brief the tendencies and predisposition to certain diseases either inherited or acquired. Mias as an invisible, inimical, dynamic principle which permeates into the system of a living creature, creating a groove or stigma in the constitution which can only be eradicated by a suitable anti-miasmatic remedy. These miasms could be dormant or active. What is mean by acute miasm? Acute miasm is a dynamic disease producing power which causes acute specific infectious epidemic disease having almost fixed manifestation. According to Master Kant, an acute miasm is one that comes upon the economy, passes through its regular prodromal period, longer or shorter, has its period of progress and period of decline, and which there is tendency to recover. The acute miasms are of two types, recurring and non-recurring. Recurring are those types of acute miasms that recur in the same manner more than once in lifetime. ठीक है, फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर पर्सन, किसी भी एक पर्सन में पूरे लाइफ टाइम में एक से ज्यादा बार ये रीअपियर होता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल डेंगी, चिकनगुनिया, swine flu, cholera, yellow fever, plague, etc. Non-recurring. This is also fixed miasms. These types of acute miasms are those which attack a person only once in lifetime, called non-recurrent or fixed miasms. Non-recurring किसी भी एक person की लाइफ टाइम में एक ही बार आता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल smallpox, whooping cough, etc. Chronic mias. Chronic mias are fundamental cause of chronic disease. They produce chronic diseases and predispose human being to acute diseases. There are three types of chronic disease: SORA, syphilis, psychosis. The chronic mias go on increasing and growing worse in spite of best mental and corporeal regimen and torment to the end of the human life. They are ineradicable by the vital force alone without proper medical treatment. SORA. SORA is the most ancient, most universal, most contagious, most destructive, and most misapprehend chronic mias. For many thousands of years, it has disfigured and tortured mankind, and during the last centuries, it has become the mother of thousands of incredible non-venereal chronic and acute diseases by which whole race on the inhabited globe is being more and more affected. It is most hydra-headed of all the three chronic mias. It is a itch dyscrasia leading to functional disorders. Latent SORA. When the primary manifestation of SORA are suppressed by local application, the local cutaneous symptoms disappear, but the disease is driven inwards and may remain dormant. This state is called as the latent state of SORA. So latent SORA is the state when the SORA is sleeping, producing no active symptoms, and the person may be declared as apparently healthy, but any exciting or maintaining cause may flare up to produce secondary symptoms of SORA. Psychosis. Psychosis or the venereal fig wart disease is a venereal chronic mias primarily manifested externally by the condylomatous and cauliflower-like growth on genitals following impure coition. Syphilis. Syphilis is a venereal chronic mias primarily manifested outwardly by venereal chancre produced following an impure coition. सोरा में फंक्शनल डिस्टरबेंसेस थे, इच थी. साइकोसिस में कॉन्डोलोमेटस और कॉलीफ्लावर लाइक ग्रोथ होगी, फिग वार्ट डिसीज कहते हैं. सिफिलिस में वेनरल शंकार होगा एक, और साइकोसिस और जो सिफिलिस है वो वेनरल क्रोनिक मियास में, और जो सोरा है वो नॉन वेनरल है. फर्स्ट, सोरा. सोरा कैन बी आइडेंटिफाइड बाय द फॉलोइंग इंडिकेशंस इन अ पेशेंट. First, SORA produces functional disturbances. Second, oversensitive patients, functional problems arise from emotional disturbances. Third one, patients are sensitive to noise, light and odors. Fourth, patient is always worries about dying but lives for many years. सोचेगा पर करता नहीं है. Fifth one, itching skin, unhealthy skin, unwashed appearance with numerous eruptions. Sixth, voluptuous itching forces the patient to scratch, which relieves him temporarily but is followed by burning on the skin. Seventh, always hungry and bloated abdomen. Eighth, constipation or morning diarrhea. Ninth, standing is the worst position. 10th one, complaints ameliorated by heat and in summer but aggravate in winters. Psychosis. Psychosis patients can be identified the following symptoms. First, suspicious, irritable, jealous, cruel, and vindictive person. Second, its diseases have proliferation and infiltration of tissues. Third, slow recovery. Fourth one, warty growths and gouty concretions. Fifth one, pelvic complaints and rheumatic troubles. Sixth one, complaints are aggravated by normal discharges like leukorrhea, coryza, etc. Seventh one, complaints aggravate by cold, damp and rainy seasons and watery vegetables. Syphilis. Syphilis can be identified the following symptoms. First one, ulceration and destruction of tissues. Second one, silent type of patient, very impulsive in nature. Third one, dull, stupid, stubborn patient. Fourth, fixed ideas. Seventh, melancholic and depressed patient with self-condemnation. Sixth, depressed and thinks he is useless in the society and commits suicide at once. ये एक बार में कर लेगा पर सोरा वाला सोचता रहेगा और पूरी जिंदगी जीता है. Seventh, bony pains and deformities. Eighth, pain aggravate from cooling, night anxiety and summer. A knowledge of all miasmatic phenomena would be a complete knowledge of all that is known as disease. Hahnemann discovered the miasm due to the fact these elements kept coming back year after year. Even when the correct remedy was given, there was no permanent cure. Hahnemann's proof of the existence of miasm was the persistency of these chronic diseases even after taking care of other disease causing factors like diet, hygiene, etc. They seem sorry they seem to come from within the organism, from some peculiar dynamics within, from something that was deranged within the life force itself, inherent, internal, pre-existing within the dynamics. Miasmatic diagnosis is possible only by after knowing all the features of the three miasms. Nowadays new miasms are also present. If effective anti-miasmic treatment is not given, then the miasm will persist throughout the life of the person and will be transmitted to the next generation. Depending on the expression in a particular individual, the respective miasm could be diagnosed and treated with an appropriate anti-miasmic remedy so as to achieve cure or open up the concealed disease picture that may be give new clues for selection of remedy. Miasmatic diagnosis के लिए हमें तीनों जो हमारे मेन सोरा सिफिलिस साइकोसिस मियाज्म उनके सारे फीचर्स के अच्छे से नॉलेज होना चाहिए और हमें पेशेंट में उनको सारे फाउंड आउट करना चाहिए. और ये जरूरी नहीं है कि हर एक पेशेंट में एक ही मियाज्म मिले. आजकल के सिनेरियो में मिक्स मियाज्म भी मिलते हैं. प्रॉपर हमें उस सारे सिम्टम्स को नोट डाउन करना है, टोटलिटी बनानी है, फिर मियाज्म का डायग्नोसिस करना है, फिर उसके बेसिस पे हमें एंटी मियाज्मेटिक रेमेडी उसको देनी ही पड़ती है एक पॉइंट पर आके ड्यूरिंग द ट्रीटमेंट. The consideration of miasm is of paramount importance in effective homeopathic prescription, particularly in this world of multi-suppression, where perceiving a clear picture of disease is becoming increasing difficult. आजकल हर केस में आपको इतना ज्यादा पैलिएशन एंड सप्रेशन मिलेगा कि आपको लेयर्स ऑफ म्याज और उसके म्याज के फीचर्स निकालने में बहुत दिक्कत आती है. तो एक हमें अच्छे से अच्छा होम्योपैथिक प्रिस्क्रिप्शन बनाने के लिए हमें उसके जो पेशेंट है उसके अच्छे से म्याज का कलेक्शन करना चाहिए, टोटलिटी बनानी चाहिए, तभी हमारा जो होम्योपैथिक क्योर का ड्रीम है वो अचीव हो सकता है. थैंक यू.